maybe we would have seen a little bit more of an aggressive or maybe a little bit more of a subtle Vampire, and that's what I want to see throughout this team, especially for the next two matches.
You know what, Vampire, in the past, they've been a really strong Wrangle team, and hopefully that's what's coming up right now.
Well, you know they're excited. The crowd is hyped. Let's get some Hurricane action going, guys, as we are now hitting match number 2. Let's go ahead and throw it on over to our casters, Blake and John Allen.
Let's get stuck into Erangel. Blank. A little bit colder of a drop than we were expecting on Rondo, but, well, I was kind of right. So.
Well, yeah, okay, all right, okay, fine.
That most of us were expecting on Rondo,
But let's head over to the grassy pastures with the plane in the skies. Once more, we are getting ready to rumble.
a little bit west on the plane path, but will give a lot of opportunity. We had more than our fair share of military zones during League, during Gauntlet, during Last Chance. I'm expecting, what, 6, 7 military zones this tournament? These finals?
Don't look at me like that.
You gotta stop doing that.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually just killing it. You beat
That's the secret. That's what you got to try and do. And only stop doing it when you make it uncool. We are going to be heading over towards...
cosplaying a brand right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Silence, John. I'm a brand social media account right now.
Wow, okay, we're getting a few teams down towards Sosnovka to start things off. Alter Ego. You also have Thunder Talk as well as APGs. So APG aren't alone here anymore. A bit of a battle for the vehicles, at least on the northwest side of Sosnovka, whilst we wait for our first circle to come through, which indicates potentially a Sosnovka finish.
Oh, what? No!
Oh, he's going for the swings with a knife around the tree.
Oh, he's a sit duck. Yeah, you're not going to be able to get that one. Krypton. Able to take it down. He nearly got Alva out of the bucket.
He did, yeah. He really, really did. That's terrible news, though. Terrible news for Thunder Talk.
Blank the circle.
I know. I just talked about it just then. Yeah, definitely, potentially they head down towards Sosnovka now. But sighting going down is terrible news for Thunder Talk. One of their best, if not their best player on the squad there in terms of firepower. Not having him on board is going to hurt the chances for Thunder Talk. They're lucky in the sense that they get down towards what is potentially a Sosnovka finish here early, so they can play this one out. You would rather be on Sosnovka as a 3-man than playing over on the north side at the back of the queue in Severny, as we've seen a few times in the past from Thunder Talk as a 4-man. It's a little bit more of a tough rotate to go for. But teams aren't sure. Teams really aren't sure on this type of circle, John. They're undecided whether this is going down towards Sosnovka just yet, so we're waiting for that stage 2. It's going to be a mad dash if it is.
At the moment, I'm seeing it probably be around that sort of 70% probability we're going down to Sosnovka.
Go on, do it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Say 60 to 70%.
No, I wasn't going to say that. You said that. But we get the little sub window on as the desk highlighted earlier, Alpha 7 restructuring. But about 70%. That's what I'm. Don't look at me like that. I'll start giggling, and you don't want that. But it's fairly likely. But I would say it may be quite profitable to sit on that north side of the bridge and look for a camp there. All play a 2-2 split around it. That's a little bit more difficult, though. So for Ulf, I think they have a big opportunity to rack up points. I mean, they could get 6, 7 elims on this position.
Yeah, I think the issue is for Ulf is holding as a 2-man on that northwest side is rough. It's very, very rough where you are in such a skillful lobby that the potential of having those 2 players go down immediately is really, really quick. And that's what I'm worried about personally. Thunder Talk's still getting chased down right now as Alter Ego look to try and find a shot there, but it is Rosemary. And Rosemary is very split from the rest of the team. I think Rosemary does get overexcited sometimes, but they can't let the tail wag the dog there, which is a lot of times what happens with Rosemary. I don't really like it too much. And the annoying thing is, he finds a lot of success out of those angles. He does find a lot of success, but there is definitely times where we've seen it, and it has been categorically the wrong decision.
Absolutely. I mean, rosemary is a seasoning, right? It's supposed to go with the rest of the.
That's
of the
correct.
dish.
That is very correct.
It's not its own main course.
No.
You know? And maybe he needs to learn.
And it never will be. But
Stick with the salt, the pepper, and the beef.
it's an elevator, though. It's definitely an elevator of flavor, and that is what rosemary brings to the table. My concern with what Max was talking about earlier now, because Max, man, said something I definitely disagreed with,
Oh yeah.
which
What
is
was
that VPE, quite a good Erangel team in the past, which I would agree with.
Okay.
It's not the same team.
Different team. But hopefully they're rocking the Polar Party Mini 14. You guys can log in to make sure you get your free permanent skin there. So make sure you're heading on over. You saw the little flash up on the left-hand side. And make sure that you're getting that free emote as well. There is plenty of goodies to be had for the duration of these finals. Blank, all the way up until Christmas, you can get that free emote.
Yeah, we ain't messing around. You know, you get your goodies on Christmas Day. If not Christmas Day for you, happy holidays either way, because you are getting yourself some loot here from PUBG Mobile. Overall, though, pretty fun game to start off with over on Rondo. I definitely enjoyed it. I think that talking about how Alpha 7 is shifting Mafioso in for Rondo makes a lot of sense to me, because he is very good when it comes to firepower. And I think on Rondo, you take way more team fights than you do on any other map. And I think that, you know, elevating the chances for Mafioso just to pop off there on Rondo, whilst having that fallback option of like, well, we messed that fight up, but we can recall, we can go again. And there has been multiple moments in the past for Alpha 7 where Mafioso has gone for like 1v3s, 1v4s, and he's looked fantastic. But I do think Obscure is the correct choice to bring back for Erangel. He has a little bit more of a tactical mind to him, as we've seen, and has been a great addition to the squad.
Singing his praises mighty highly.
I think the guy's great. I think he's fantastic.
Well, fair enough. We'll see if he's got the chops for this match, because they're right up on the north side for Alpha 7. Regnum Kaya a little bit further south, but only just. They're out from Pachinki here. Mad Bull's taking shots, but not really connecting. It looks like they are, yeah, they're just going to go and grab that buggy on the way. Oh no, they can't, okay, you know, they can't take the time to slow down, get that speed up going, because Mad Bulls are already looking across that bridge, and they've got places to be, you know. Ulf, in the meantime, over on that bridge Blank, as I'm taking a look back over towards the map feed, they are still holding this 2-2 split. And I really do hope that they can get points for it, because it is, as you said before, as you highlighted, very risky.
It's a high value play, right? But I don't think the value outweighs the risk on this one, personally.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I love high value plays. I love it when teams go for them, but this one just feels so dangerous. I really do hate it. 10K getting knocked here out in the blue is unideal. That's from Alpha 7 getting a little bit of revenge from that last match that just came through. That's 2 knocks, 2 potential finishes coming through for Alpha 7. 2 elims at the start of this game. Very nice.
Yeah, and they're all the way north of the river still, up north of Roshok, far off into the blue zone as it starts to crunch on through. Sakura being hunted down from the match, will not be playing, and E-Arena, nightmare on the start of their game. On their Erangel stretch, it is not going well. Obscure looking to pick up the point onto Tony K, and sure that one is going to go into the back pocket. Bleeds on out there, and will leave Obscure with the goodies. But they still have to move south Blank. They're still very far up to the north.
NC2 has to get squared away here. Down towards the south side, live on as a solo. We'll see how they go about it. For VPE, dropping over towards the coastal side. They'll get 1 knock here, it'd be fantastic, but can't quite find it, and now reveals the location. That is a nasty circle, man. God damn. Actually criminal.
Oh, Vampire have got a hovercraft there. Just look at that rotation. They're going to be starting. They've already actually managed to get Lazarus across to the South Island, so they will be able to regroup onto his position if he can hold it. But this is going to be Alpha coming across. They're going to start to move into the west side. Thunder Talk, APG, Alter Ego, all of these teams are going to be there, and they need to move fast. Under pressure for Reckon Kaya. They know how to line up these hovercraft. Are they going to be able to connect enough damage to stop Vampire getting across? I don't think so.
Definitely some long shots, but what we do know is that hovercraft is probably not carrying on too much longer in this game. Nate slams straight into a vehicle, gives more opportunities for those shots to go through. This is where Ulf can start to find that value. With the DP on the sidelines, looks for the shots, won't quite line it up though.
Ooh, Levi's getting through, but will the rest of his team be so lucky? Because they're already sending on in a lot of damage done. And Xavier, they're allowed entry.
Hello?
They're allowed to go through. Scarface, where are you? You need those shots to land.
Oh my god, oh, pick up the phone, the walkie-talkie. It is blaring off in the distance. Finally, they have one off the back of it, but they could have had so much more. Very much disjointed there coming through from Ulf. A little bit of hesitation there coming through the bridge, and now Marceau jumps into the hovercraft to keep himself alive.
Nimble. Vicious, hopefully. Team Flash, this is on the east range. Very quickly to the other side of the island. A lovely little shutdown and the roll down from Poser to follow it up. And Team Flash having a little bit of trouble here. Kara giving them a run for their money. Coming in through last chance. Team Flash still have a lot to prove, but to be honest, there's really no stakes for them at the moment. Anything that they achieve here is already a phenomenal result for them. See how far they can go. Back over to the north of the west bridge as DRX are holding the longhouse.
Some clean shots, man. Some very clean shots. Some insanely clean shots. That is squeaky. Flip up topside now, but will not be able to get his teammates back up again. Hyunbin looking mighty fine with an Abacam.
Very nice, very nice. And they are still north of that river, still north of that bridge, and that makes things so tough moving into the next circles here. Towards the center, you've got APG who hold the hill to the west of Sosnovka. I'm looking at Vampire as well, further out on that, getting all four of their players across.
Yeah, for Regnum Gaia, there's like this weird moment for them right now where VPE leaves that glider behind, and it's a tantalizing prospect for Regnum Gaia. But also, why did VPE leave that for us? Why would vampires let us fly if not to take us down? This is a circle you do not see very often, and to see it here at PMGC 2025 Grand Finals is a real treat. We could be ending up over towards the bridge. Nobody enjoys that circle.
I'm so sorry for talking about military circles at the start of the match, Blank. I am so sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
I feel like, I'm sorry to DRX right now on the north side, sorry to Rig of Kaya, sorry to Team Flash, it's just ruined their day, really. Kicking things off, it has been a trudge through the mud to move on down towards this south side, and it is not going to get easier. All for getting squeezed. DRX going to be able to get across this bridge? I think they are, because Scarface really wasn't holding it.
But DRX already had the anchor, right? They already set up. Scarface being down there has opened the gates for them. From DRX, he was the only player playing around the bridge. So for DRX, has been a really, really good approach to them, finding Scarface, who had been a little bit lackluster on that angle, honestly. Whoa. Does let him across tops. It's not, come on. We're not doing another solo game. That's enough.
That's bad. But, ooh, an answer. Okay, from up top, Aaron able to find one of DRX, and Tops laid out the bait for Ulf. And they were able to do well off it, get that point back under control, and actually may be able to achieve getting towards the base. But Ketch is going for it. QXC on the underside does know that there's a player now pushing. But does Ketch know? They know they're playing the box.
Thundertalk getting absolutely shredded by multiple teams as they attempted to strong arm some position away from some of the squads there around Ulf, around APG. Might even get the res onto Scarface, which I'd be very surprised about.
Ketch, he's back up the stairs. He's back up the stairs, Ketch. Okay, there you go. He's made it. He's found his teammate. Back up for the res. Thundertalk, they're trying to take the other face of Ulf, but it's not going to work because Aaron slides straight on into the courtyard, and Thundertalk, they're looking dizzy right now. That was a knockout punch and a half.
Yeah, they got crunched between Ulf as well as APG. Trying to take that position. It was very aggressive from Thundertalk, which I do like, but that felt it needs to have a little bit more of. I mean, the idea was there, right? Execution just a little bit poor on that side of things. DRX is kind of concerned with how this all went down. They got all their players across. They got the initial knock, and then Kaiksei just revealed himself for too long. They knew the angles from Ulf as well, so for me that was a little bit of a mistake there from Kaiksei.
Potential misstep. getting a little bit too bold with things. I'm looking at the middle of the circle blank. I'm seeing DX Xavier pretty close to it. They are maybe on for a nice little conversion match. Alter Ego just to their south. Playing very, very middle. Ulf on a 3-1, trying to flex between 2-2, but the spray down for Marceau over towards Alpha 7, who finally made an appearance on the east side of the circle, but it's going back and forth here. Both teams extracting a little bit of damage, dealing a little bit. But it seems like Kara are more likely to be able to get their players back up. Guizhou now on the east side, trying to stay alive for Alpha 7. Meanwhile, Mad Bulls, one player, hello, okay. Secret Agent Cody Banks here. Flip, oh, he's been seen. He's not moving. Oh, his first step's going to be there. The Regnum Kaya ruined it.
So annoying.
And D+ Kia might think that they're taking shots at them. Oh, he's down. Okay, they're out. That is so fortunate for D+ Kia that they didn't lose a player to that.
Well done, Regnum Kaya. You just helped out the guy that took you down into the PMGC.
Oh, that's friendly.
I think that they would have not done that had they known who Flip was guarding out there.
Oh, well.
I think they would have absolutely let Flip fly from that position. Now, this game really isn't PUBG Mobile anymore. It's DXA by the zone once again.
Okay, all right. Fair enough, right now they are slap bang in the middle again. Ulf really with a large amount of the north side, but we're on board with this fight. A rematch from the PMGC back in London. 2024, Regnum Kaya looking for D+ Kia, 2 previous title winners going toe-to-toe, but Silas is out of it, so no longer. He's not going to be playing on that match. Not anymore. And they have the blue zone pushing them in too. R8, they've made it across, flexing up all the way to the east side. We'll see how much further they can go. Zedwolf? Oh, what? He's still all the way towards Ferry Pier.
You hadn't quite made it across yet.
Okay.
Hadn't quite made it across. Great nade from Loxio towards Fabian, but there is a nade coming over the top there. We'll get the air burst, but mostly damage over towards Wild, honestly. Some points is better than no points. At the end of the day, we get to stage 4, and this is going to start to hurt.
Going for the run. Zedwolf, yeah, just going completely down there. Not great. Wild now with a challenge. Steps out for it. Good peek there. A 2-player peek onto the angle, and Chips gets dunked. Unfortunately, though, there is an immediate response, and D+ Kia, while still on 2 players, will be able to flex out for it. Lit up from the sidelines, though, as DRX turn their attention back out to the bridge. The arena have been eliminated. We are all the way to the south. We're all the way to the northeast. We're going everywhere, Blake. We're checking out all the angles. Sorry, they made their way in on a late rotation east.
Right behind Kara right now. Kara a little bit of a dangerous team, but at the moment R8 still has that number a little bit. For Ulf, I am amazed at their resilience, right? It is very impressive that they're able to slowly work their way back into a position that is holdable, that is playable. Very, very impressive stuff from Ulf here. Feels much more like the Ulf that we saw in PMSL EU, who was so dominant. And a little bit of a fall off going in towards PMGC, where there was plays, times where we thought that they could go so much further, but it's just not the case.
This is their last chance to try and make that the case in this year, during this tournament. APG playing on the south side a little bit, close to the edge here. Goat Team behind them. Yeah, I don't think Goat Team are making it out of this one. Zone goes south. Ooh, keeps APG in this one. And the DX Xavier compound. Don't worry, you know, they're still inside the circle with a shift. It's fine, it's fine.
I think it's most unfortunate for Kara, who just about get themselves towards this spot, and now moving across the roadside is really hard. Getting over towards the west, John. DX Xavier will absolutely hold Kara out as much as possible. And for R8, who moved in slightly later, just were able to get a much better deal out of this one, right? They squeezed the negotiation out of Kara, and they got the better end of the deal. Absolutely. Down towards this south side. Flash is in this area, but they're only playing with 1 player, still trying to hold on as best he can to this map.
I mean, placement points, every single point helps, right? That's why we saw the denial of points there from GOAT. They know you don't give points away for free. You're very much not getting out of that one. You just hide away, you wait for the blue zone to do its job. Take those points out of the running. In the meantime, though, on the north side of this, Kara, with the road crossing, under pressure, off angles. Multiple off angles here from R8 down the road. Teams up the top as well. As Ulf still trying to hold their ground. Vampire slowly marched in from the south side, again in the hovercraft, but this time it's on fire. Catch starting to take the rest of its health bar. The spray down answer is good from Lazarus. Backs him off a little bit, but Aaron now trying to divert attention his way. Doesn't quite get the damage on, and Lazarus stays alive, but for how much longer? Dodges just about in time.
Aaron is crazy, man. That's relying on the mag being empty. I'm telling you, that's relying on the mag being empty there. Get himself across. Ulf is taking a lot of fights at the moment. Up to 8 elims on the game. It is a real big one. Solus is DC'd.
Oh no. That is bad news on the northern side. He is having a bit of a nightmare there. It's not likely he's going to be back into this game, and with Aaron going down, that's going to leave them as 2. Scarface and Ketch going to be playing on now. Solus, yeah, he gets knocked there. Should be flushed away by DRX.
That is so unfortunate.
Really unfortunate, especially in their position. They needed everyone at full force, but they still have 2. They still have Scarface and Ketch, and hopefully Scarface can pick it back up. A little bit lax on the bridge hold, but as you said before, they've got 8 elims already on this match. All that could be said for most of our other teams. It was fairly flat on the points distribution over on Rondo, so that has helped them mightily in their points standings. Teams are going to try and pressure them out now, though, as DRX want a tad of revenge on this northern side.
Just a little bit. Would be fantastic. For VPE, 3 players still alive here. Trying to get back into the mix of it, but Ulf is holding. Offside, Scarface looks to find more, but VPE will get the job done. 2 players down, DRX don't make the distance either. And Enrico, we're all to play for at the moment on that northeast side, but can't count out APG on the high ground. Can't count out R8 in the wings.
Waiting for their moment to pounce, waiting for their moment to strike. Ulf, as you said before, they are down on this match. APG looking to try and push up the hill, push a little bit closer. Karis still corralled into the corner compound there. No off angles really, as R8 start to look to cross as well. It's going to be difficult for Win to do anything about, and will go down. Eliminated. I think a 1 point in Team Flash, not off to the best of starts. That hopes, but still plenty more games to play. APG lighting up R8 on the crossing. Marth going down, going low, and there's an answer immediately up there, but the flash has already gone through. And R8 a little bit too late to try and save Marth on that fight. Kara probably not so lucky here. DX Xavier cooking some nades. They are only playing as 3 though. That may be just about enough.
I mean, the hovercraft is the defense you need here, but they've left it so long to make this cross. And again, like I said before, this cross is disgustingly hard to make. Love this flex up coming through Malva though. This is really nice, actually. Looking towards buildings that he knows he can guard.
This is only possible because R8 crossed over when they did, right? You can't take that angle if R8 still hold further out on the east. It's just not going to be possible, and the reses are going through there already. Nox and flushes immediately. Snape on the high ground is on the hunt for DX Xavier. They are trying to take this one down. The team at the top of the tables, even if you get the circle shift, Alter Ego, they're going to still try and challenge you out. But R8, there's a lineup on the roadside blank. It is back and forth.
Yeah, Snape kept trying to re-peek on that one, but it was a good shot back coming through from R8 there. Keeps them at bay for the time being after they roll down on that south side. VPE, Mialag, Tony K, Lazarus. 3 players from VPE still trying to make it work on this western side, who've done very similar things to Ulf with some great resilience on a pretty open area. But APG not finding the amount of success they might have liked here on this game from the high ground.
5 elims. Still a springboard to have a solid result here versus Vampire. 3 players up the top dock on a wide off angle here, overlooking R8 right now, gathering intel. Can't really go for the peak. And actually, Alpha Gaming regrouping south. A response R8 who are flexing out. They saw this one coming from a mile off, and Amori and Ida 7 have to back off. They can't go for the rollout straight over the top, but Vampire might be able to backfill this. Take a lot of pressure on that northwestern side. R8 really looking for something, but not really getting too much. Back they go.
Just to find one there. If they can take down Ida, it makes it a much easier team to handle, and that's exactly what they do. Very smart from APG there. You take shots over towards that north side, what's going to happen? The team on the south is going to try and wrap on that hilltop and get a bit of a better position to play. So it was a lovely decision from APG to make that move.
DXAV's in the circle, don't worry. We're totally fine. We thought maybe not, but no. They get the north side of the compound. Up on that north edge. They are going to have a good time on this one. Likely a third place. Guaranteed here for DXAV. And for Alter Ego, I think this could be a chicken dinner spot.
It could be. I think the only thing for Alter Ego right now is that, yes, they hold this position, but they are on the low ground. Technically, VPE or APG could hold them out from the hilltop on that northwest side. It depends how quickly they're forced out into open ground.
A fight on this north side. Really going to decide who's going to be up to bat against Alter Ego, as you said, to try and shut them out here. R8, a little bit diminished after their chaotic flex out. We'll put it that way, after a good response from APG, and likely that they're going to be going down as well. APG really reluctant to take the fight on the northern side. It looks like they might be trying to roll down the hill here towards R8. Put more pressure on. Could be just trying to clear their back.
You've got to clear the mosquitoes, man. It's going to be very hard to take a fight with VPE properly, with Amori as well as Prestige. I mean, Amori's going to hit those shots. That's an undeniable fact. This guy's a very good player. If you give him an opportunity, he will cause problems for you. Prestige makes the rollout, and there's the shot, as I was talking about it.
Oh, okay, Reefus does hold his nerve against it, but Amori is still there, into the buggy. Reefus actually turning around, leaving all the work up the top. Amori dodges back behind the tree trunk and top, not quite connecting, gets a little bit done, and there's the off angle. Okay, R8 will be going down as Yol steps into the fight. APG a little bit slow now, but they have to march forwards, and they will be able to do so fairly uncontested. With R8 gone, that gives them a lot of latitude out to the east.
Oh my God, the doc babysitter, he is back. It's top on the menu. Love to see it. Get your boy back up in a position. 80 limbs on the game. Great start for them. Four-way fight coming to you. Alter Ego, APG, DXAV, and VPE here. APG being the only other team with an Alter Ego with all four players up and kicking.
Oh, a nasty south shift comes towards the road side with the middle. DXAV cut out by this one. Alter Ego, they have got a forward position inside, so we'll see if they can hold their spots there, if they're going to want to try and flex out, get rid of DXAV, push out to that west edge. Vampire, I mean, they have a sliver of terrain to be working with, and they are angling straight towards APG.
Yeah, VP, they've got to come out. All right, the Vampires will have to approach the sun here on the north side, and Alpha Gaming, they've got a great lineup on this one. Reefus is definitely keeping eyes on over towards the eastern side. Top, though, does find Tony K, and that is the outpost. Very unlikely the Vampire's going to pick him back up again. At distance, this guy is lethal. Only 41 bullets, roughly, to get this done. A little bit hard.
APG being able to flex out to the east side is pretty huge on this circle flank. The fight with DXAV and Alter Ego, that can play a 2v4, we'll see what they can do, but Vampire really struggling now. Have a very, very difficult time. See, Lazarus has managed to do 600 damage off the back of it, though, and the nades pouring on forwards. Lambo was very, very low, and Alter Ego want to lay more down, want to layer this one through. As another knock comes through for top. Nades land, DXAV burning. No circle, no luck. Levi's left alone. A lone ranger, and I don't think he's getting too much further.
Reefus, stay towards the top side of the building, could have been deadly, but now Alter Ego's got to move. APG, they've got the setup, Jules moving around the side, the smoke does deny the sideline from it too, which is a bit awkward for them. It's time to pour these nades in, over towards Alter Ego, they're locked into the building. Zhou's angle has to be concrete here for them. He's got to be rock solid on that side of things. He can't peek unless the team is taking shots alongside with him, because if he goes down, their win potential goes down by a heck of a lot.
Alva first to go down, and that is a brilliant pickup from Doc. 3 versus 4 now. Reaper's moving in. He's only got 1 nade, and he's looking for Rosemary. Let's see if he's going to be able to burn this one out. Looks good on the cook. The nade is there, and the follow-up from Doc as well from the high ground is huge, and another as well to get the re-knock. Snake is there. It's just Crypto now remaining, and APG have this match in a chokehold. A little bit clumsy on Rondo, but not so here. They still have 1 more player to handle, and it might get messy. Crypto's still giving it a good go, but top of the spray down. And 1v3, you still got to question it, and it will be APG from the high ground. A brilliant bounce back from their Rondo onto the first Erika.
Yeah, it's a painful elastic snap down towards R8 as well. Such good game sense from this squad jump.
Brilliant shutdown. Getting rid of R8, as you say, moving out to that east side, leveraging their ridge line perfectly. Alter Ego couldn't get out. The Xavier pushed to the backside. They will not be able to get past that high ground position. APG close it down. Nice flex out, nice responses, good calls, a cohesive unit, and that is what you need to see from APG.
With the Xavier as well towards the center zone, I mean, they got themselves some more points, but can they keep this up, considering the circle's not always going to be on your side? And even there, they weren't able to get themselves a chicken dinner. It all comes down to the gun skill at the end of it. Alter Ego looking fantastic, but it's APG with the win.